So today we're going to find out if this guitar, this Fret King Corona, can be the flexible workhorse that I need it to be, the perfect guitar for functions. And the reason I say that is because as soon as it comes in and I see a guitar that's got a humbucker in the bridge and then 2 single coils, I'm thinking to myself, I could probably get a lot of sounds out of this. And today I want to put it through its paces. We're going to go through the kind of 4 standards that we tend to do as kind of gigging musicians, which is of course rock, blues, soul, and funk. And of course, within all that, there's pop everywhere. So I'm going to put it through its paces. We're going to really see what it sounds like and if it can be that workhorse guitar that I want it to be. Reason why we're working with this guitar today, and that's because for the whole of September we're giving away this amazing guitar via our YGA Club monthly competition. Now this is a Fret King Corona and it's a beautiful Laguna blue style, and I absolutely love the look of it. And you might have seen this hanging up on our back wall, and we've also been using it for so many videos recently, courses. So you know, we've really got the usage out of this. We know how good this guitar is. And if you'd like to actually enter and win this guitar, all you have to do is head on over to the YGA Club, link will be in the description below, and sign up for our 14-day free trial. As soon as you get into the club, you'll be able to enter this competition absolutely free, and you'll get a chance to win this at the end of the month. Okay, so genre number 1 is of course my favorite. We had to start there with a kind of bluesy, gospel-y type track. And on the guitar for this one, I wanted to really make use of the humbucker at the bridge. I think it's got a really warm, really rich sound. So I really spent the entire time on that pickup selector there. I absolutely love it. I think it allows you to dynamically shift between those kind of heavier, bluesy tones and the more kind of relaxed ones. So that's really nice. You'll notice that I used a lot of volume control. So this has got a really nice responsive volume knob. So I'm using it I'm literally starting it when I'm playing chords down on 5, 4 or 5. And then as I then kick into more of the lead stuff, I kind of switch it up to 10. And I'm also doing a lot of kind of volume swells throughout the track where I'm actually playing like that, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, using the guitar to its maximum capability. I'm also over on the computer side of things. We're using Neural DSP and we're using the Tone King Imperium Mark II. And I'm using a kind of preset clean clay, which gives me this very cool thing. I haven't actually touched the amp. The amp is bang on. All I've touched are the pedals. So I've made sure that we've got a compressor and a little bit of overdrive. This is kind of like a tube screamer style, like we just got a teeny bit of drive. Everything else is at 12 o'clock, so i.e. it's just giving it a slightly warmer sound. And then over on the other side, I've got a little bit of delay. Again, look at the mix, very low, and a little bit of reverb. Again, look at the mix, very low. The point is that you know, you don't need too much. You just need a really good tone from your amp and then a few little bits just to add a bit of sparkle. But fundamentally, it's all coming from the guitar and of course, me. So there we go. Let's have a listen to how this sounds. So genre number 2 is rock. You have to be able to get a good rock tone from any guitar you use. And of course, my natural instinct here was to very much go, again, for the bridge pickup. Okay, this is gonna be the thickest sounding pickup. So the whole thing is based here. And actually, for this track, it's pretty high end from the start. So I'm on 10 the entire time, really, literally, the whole thing is on 10. I've just dialed back the tone a little bit, so I'm down to 7. I just want a slightly darker, less bright sound, so I've kind of pulled it back there. And with all that said and done, I've got this kind of really cool sound. Now, obviously, a lot of that is coming from the amp as well. So over on the amp, we're using the 14 Nameless Suite by Neural DSP, and it's just an out-the-box rock metal tone, essentially. So I've just scrolled through the presets. I've used an exact preset. I haven't even touched it. It's the classic Rock 2. You can see this is how it kind of sets up on the amp head. It's clearly an old kind of Marshall stack type thing, and it just sounds amazing. But there are also a couple of cool pedals in front of it. We've got a little bit of extra drive here, and this is a noise gate. You can hear what it sounds like with and without the noise gate, and I haven't touched anything to do with the cab or speaker or anything like that. So there we have it. That's the amp. Super simple. Let's see how it all sounds together with this track. Okay, tone number 3, genre number 3 is funk, and we have to be able to handle funk. Every good function player knows you need a bit of funk. So the guitar-wise, obviously the typical place to go, and it works beautifully on this guitar, is the 4th position or 2nd position or 4th, whatever you want to call it. I always forget, but I think it's the 4th position. So essentially it means it's the one in between the neck and the middle pickup. So it's not that one, it's there. And it gives us a much kind of thinner kind of tone. Okay, so I'm using that, and it's volume 10 on the entire thing. I've just got a really simple setup really on the guitar because I just want to focus on just the 16th note strumming. Now then, when it's about the amp, we're over here with the Tone King Imperial MK2 again. I've based it around the Clean Clay preset, but I've done a few changes. So firstly, on the amp, I've turned the bass right down, turned the volume down. I'm on the rhythm channel, but I don't want any form of breakup whatsoever, really. So the less volume, the cleaner it kind of ends up sounding. So that's great. Then on the pedal side going in, all I've got is a compressor, and I've actually got that pretty high. I want a nice compressed sound. And on the other side of it, I've got absolutely nothing. I want a dry sound as possible. So no reverbs, no delays, no choruses, and that gives me my nice clean funk tone. So let's hear how all of that sounds. Okay, so genre number 4 is more like that kind of soul. It's kind of a modern soul thing, but of course this sound would work for more classic soul, pop soul, these kind of things. And with the guitar, what I've decided to do is I'm going to very much use the neck pickup. I want a nice warm tone, so I'm going to use the neck pickup here, and I'm going to pretty much just be playing around with the volume. So I'm going to generally have it at 10 and then just move it between 8 and 10 just to kind of control the dynamics. I'm also going to use a lot of the whammy bar. So this has got, you know, a nice bridge. I can use this whammy bar just to create these really nice kind of tones, which I think just really suits this genre. So I'm making a lot of use of that feature of the guitar. And on the computer, we're actually using Neural DSP again here, and we're using the Imperial Mark II, the Tone King Imperial Mark II. And as you can see, I've got the amp set up in this clean clay preset. The only little changes that I made to it, I left the amp exactly as it is. I just made sure that there was no overdrive on it, so it's just got the compressor. And then over here, you can see all these wonderful features. As I come across to the pedals, more pedals, I've got the chorus on there. I've got a little bit of reverb. You can see it's just a little bit of dry, you know, just a bit of kind of, where am I there? Kind of 9 o'clock on the reverb. And then I've got no delay on here at all. So it's kind of gives me this kind of nice, roomy, reverby tone, which I just really, really love. Super clean. So there we go. There's how I got the sound. Let's see how it sounds. All right, so there we have it. My conclusion is that yes, this guitar can be a workhorse guitar, and you guys can actually win this guitar via the YGA Club. So all you got to do in the month of September is sign up to the YGA Club 14-day free trial. You can find all the links in the description below, and you'll have a chance to win this guitar at the end of the month. So good luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully with one of these.